Hi, thanks for joining me today. It's Froggy Friday! I start out today's video by losing footage, so far so good. So sorry. I actually poured the bottom layer of this frog, well, top layer of his back, a really long time ago, and I suspect it's part of another clip of something I poured, and I can't find it, so I do apologize. I'm using SigWong metallic alcohol inks, and this second layer is going to be fuchsia. The first layer was copper, of course, and I'm not pouring it all the way. There will be a third layer on this. Froggy Friday is a weekly amphibian collaboration hosted by several amazing channels. As always, the playlist will be in my description. Please don't forget to go ahead and check out those other awesome videos. This metallic Froggo needs some toes, so I decided to use my seed beads and UV resin. I'm using the dark blue seed beads. I thought these would be a bit of a nice contrast to the copper color and the fuchsia, and this will actually inspire my final layer of resin as well. I hope you like my nose. It makes an appearance. Those toes will get a full cure just as soon as I'm done here. Onto the final layer of resin, I am using Let's Resin's Crystal Clear 1:1 regular setting epoxy, and I used a total of 40 milliliters. This was actually more than I needed, but I was able to fill it up, and I want to color this with blue alcohol ink that is metallic. So I have my Marabou blue metallic alcohol ink here. It ends up being too sort of aqua colored, so I add the Let's Resin Sapphire Blue alcohol ink to it, and it gives it just a nice sort of transparent, subtle blue tone. I really like the way it looks. Does anyone else have major issues getting the ink out of the Marabou bottles? The ball bearing gets stuck in the nozzle every single time. It's kind of driving me bananas. Once I very carefully fill up each one of these toes, this is going to go into my curing machine for a couple of hours, and we will be ready to unmold. As it turns out, I needed to fill the toes a little bit more carefully. My curing machine is super unlevel, and the two left legs and feet are nice and full, in fact almost domed, and the ones on the right have very little. In fact, the one in the back really didn't have any at all. So I do end up putting some UV resin in these and giving that a cure just so I can level it out a little bit and still use it. Okay, it's time to demold this little guy. Pretty much the first thing I notice is that his eyes moved, and now he has googly eyes. Froggy kiss. I love him, but he is seriously lacking in glitter. Of course we need to add glitter. Glitter is life. So I'm making some dots with some UV resin, and I will pour on Pivot from Peachy Olive Glitters. I don't know that they have this anymore because this was a part of a bundle of Friends themed items, but it's essentially just a navy blue glitter. Anyone would work in this situation. Once the UV resin is cured, I take a small, really cheap chip brush and just brush off the glitter. Interestingly enough, I had a hard time getting the glitter off of him in parts, and I realized it's because he has tiny little micro bubble holes on his back, and the glitter fit perfectly right into those. It's not super noticeable, so I'm not going to worry about it. I felt like Froggy needed something else, so I decided to add some rhinestones to him. These are just clear rhinestones, and at first I put them in between the blue dots just down the center. Eventually I do both sides. It ends up looking really good. You know, except for the fact that my lines are very much not straight. Shocking, right? Now I'm covering the glitter spots with UV resin as well. I want to make sure they're all protected. I thought about trying to do something to fix his eyes, but frankly, his googly eyes crack me up. I kind of like them. This line is super wonky. Here he is in all of his wonky glory with his googly eyes and his crazy lines. I really like him. Oh, and don't forget about his 2 feet that basically weren't feet and don't match the others. This thing went so sideways. I still think he's cute, and hey, at least he's entertaining. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hopping by. I'll see you soon.